Hello, everyone, and welcome to Footy Judgment. Pedro Porro scores goal of the season so far. If I'm not mistaken, maybe Garnacho goal was great as well, but this one, what a strike from Pedro Porro. But Spurs scrape a win against Burnley at home to go to the fourth round of the FA Cup. We'll talk about the game. We'll speak about KDB is back for Manchester City. Chelsea play tomorrow. Arsenal host Liverpool. Should Arsenal take this game seriously, or they should focus in the league as well? Do they have a bigger fish to fry, as people say? Of course, but I'm here with a fantastic panel. We'll have Bilal joining, we'll have Alan joining, but first, let me welcome the people that are here. Well, congratulations. How are you doing? Everything is good?
Yeah, everything's good. It was an average performance, but got the job done in the end. So
100%. And Brandon is here as well, True Gunner TV. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing all right at the moment, Mo. Ask me again on Sunday and we'll see. Depends on the result, right?
And Alex is here, of course, ripping Chelsea, but Alex is someone that I can take Alex's opinion about any club. He will give me an objective opinion about any club. How are you doing, Alex?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Yeah, great to hear from
Ready.
you.
Yep.
And Imran is here for the first time. Imran, Man City fan. For the people that don't know, Imran follows Man City everywhere around the globe. Imran, welcome to the channel debut. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you, buddy. Welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's good to be on your channel finally. Yes, and pick up the panel. And yeah, let's talk.
Absolutely. Let's talk. And well, the game. I thought you controlled the game. How was the game? How did you see the game? Is it you didn't like the performance? Or I was like enjoying Spurs, especially in the first half. The only thing that you just lacked putting the ball in the back of the net. But apparently on the terrace, you said you didn't like the game.
It's not that I didn't necessarily like the game. I just thought that we should have been far more convincing. And what I guess you could say the thing that I'm frustrated with, and this I may be projecting onto the game itself, is that we are 5 days into the window and we haven't signed anyone yet. And you saw today with the amount, when we've got Son out, when we've got Madison out, when we've got Romero out, when we've got Van der Ven out.
Is that your first year supporting Spurs?
No.
So why you expect signings? Like, seriously, that's just joking.
Last 2 summer winter, we've always signed people in the winter.
Yeah, that's just joking. Spurs don't sign players usually.
We always sign players. Yes, we do. That's not true. We're not Arsenal. But no, yeah.
Hold on, Alex. Normally, Spurs sign players in January. Spurs are known for signing at least 2 players every January transfer
No. It's like last season they did it. Kulusevski. That's the one.
No, that was 2 seasons ago.
That was 2 seasons ago. Last season they signed 2 other players.
Pedro Porro. We signed Amberbat. We signed another guy on loan in January. The season before that, we had Bentancur, Kulusevski. The season before that, we always sign at least 2 players.
I guess I'm wrong. You do sign players because I don't know.
They do actually.
Hey, I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn about Spurs.
Yeah, listen, let me add Alan, because Alan is here with us, of course, to talk about the game with the rest of us. So Alan is here. Welcome, Alan, from Time Added On.
Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Well, you were saying the game.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, like, look, if you want to look at it from possession base wise, and I think there was performances from certain individuals that were good. Like Vicario was good again today. Pedro Porro was good again today. Bentancur looked good today. There was times
he looked amazing. Actually, he looked amazing.
Yeah. I think there was times in the first half when Brennan Johnson looked decent, but his final quality is just poor. Like the build-up play was good, but then once he gets into the box, he just doesn't know what to do with himself. And that's kind of been the story of the players that we've signed. So that's the frustrating part for me, right? It seems like when Madison's Son and these guys aren't inside, we really struggle to put the ball in the back of the net, and we need better players.
Can I ask anybody here? I'm not sure who watched the game, but I really struggled for about 80 minutes until Oliver Skip left. What was his job on the pitch? Is it because him and another player were really marking each other? I think I looked after 40 minutes. He had 6 passes in a team that had 67% ball position. Like, Does he have a
He was-
job on the pitch?
He was just there for a day out. He's absolutely dreadful. How would some of this fan base allow players like that to be here and just because they're homegrown and they come through the academy and they slap the badge and they run around really for crazy for about 70-75 minutes. Apparently that's what makes the team these days. No. To be fair, it didn't get much better when Hojbjerg came on. He passed the ball out for a throw to them. He kicked the ball out for a corner when trying to pass it, and his passing was just awful. But look, today's game showed that as a squad, we're nowhere near where we want to be. Hopefully that will happen over time. But, give this man, like I said, if you back this manager and give him what he wants to build a squad, I don't think he'll get to phase 5 like Arsenal, but I think he'll have success down the line. I don't think he'll get to phase 5 where they'll come good. I think he'll 2 or 3 years of being back properly. I reckon he'll win trophies at Spurs. I really do.
Oh, does anybody believe that? No. Seriously.
Yeah.
I do.
Does anybody you guys believe? I'm not. I think you Spurs fans, you have to believe it. Otherwise, what's the point, right? But anybody else believe that Spurs will actually win trophies under Ange? I'm gonna say my opinion later, but does anybody? I'm gonna ask Alex.
There's a big caveat.
I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
So you think this is the guy? Mourinho, Conte, Pochettino? No, it's Ange Postecoglou. He is the one that is gonna let's win trophies. And why? Why do you think
I'm not gonna
so?
put my house on it, but I'm it's possible. The reason why I think it's possible, it's as much as I make fun of guacamole manager, I call him guacamole. Postecoglou guacamole sounds funny, but the reason why I think it's because he does better than Pochettino. Even Pochettino at Spurs didn't make those players play the way he wanted. And this guy actually turned it in 6 months. This is why I want that Frappuccino to leave my club. If this guy from Asia can do it in 6 months, what the hell is Pochettino doing it? He's been around the bigger clubs longer than he did. So what's the point?
You're hurting Brandon's feel.
I don't care.
Do you know the credit I'd give to this manager is that with this team that was put out today, in previous seasons against a lower team, a team in a non-Premier League team, they'd be knocked out by now. And he's got through. He's got through playing this team, so I've got to give him credit there.
The players believe them. How long? That's another thing. The biggest problem with the players, how long if the manager makes them click, how long you can make them click without winning anything. That's the biggest problem for any kind of manager, and for Arteta too. As long as you make him click, if they win something, they have something to grab onto. So if what's his name, whatever, if he gets them click the way he got him click, he needs to win something, because those memories. This is why I think Carabao Cup is really important, because it's one of those trophies nobody rates, but it's really good for morale. Nobody rates it, but really good for morale. And I think FA Cup, it's possible for them.
I mean, if you look at let's be honest, with Mourinho and Conte, managers that I wanted in at the time, and I was like, proven winners, get them in, do the job. Apparently they couldn't get these type of players to play attacking football, so that's why we saw the bad football that we saw, like the defensive football, ultra defensive football. Fossil football is a terminology that was put around like from yesteryear. So apparently these type of players couldn't play this type of football, and just come in with the slander of, because you've only done it in Australia and Japan, and Scotland, you can't do it. He's come and he's gone, okay, the likes of Lascelles, who haven't been good for Spurs, they've been good elsewhere. The likes of Lascelles, Hojbjerg, Skip, he can get them playing on the front foot. He can get them playing attacking football. Now, they're quite bad at it still, but he can still get a tune of them out of them. And this is the thing. If you allow him to bring in the players he wants, and obviously Will said, and this is the biggest word at Spurs, because obviously we're dragging our feet with getting another defender in, because we need a defender. Davies has just gone down with a hamstring. Obviously, Udogi's hamstring was apparently a bit dodgy before this game. Van de Ven's only just coming back. Romero's out. A problem area you need, and you're dragging your feet over. That's the reason why Todibo hasn't been done, because it's too long, too complex. You've got a defender there that you were meant to get over in the first couple of days, and it still hasn't happened. If they back him correctly and they give him what he wants, because he's not going to be a manager that's going to need 60, 70, 80 million pound players. I can do it in the 20 to 50 range. He will build a team, and I reckon he will be the manager to win Spurs trophies.
That's the let me add it real quick. That's the thing with this kind of specific style of the game. You keep saying like Mourinho and Conte used to play defensive. The way they play defensive, it's slightly different than what you still as a defender has to do with the play that the manager you have. Defense doesn't change. You still have to defend. It depends how much physical you are. And at the moment, you play in high line, which is dangerous no matter what kind of defender you are. I don't care if it's Saliba or anybody. There's more ground to cover. So you have to have an athlete before you have to have a defender. That's the problem with Spurs. And I think the problem it will be, it's actually if you don't get the backup by manager in the transfer window, especially in January. Because I know, your squad, especially in defense, cannot fulfill the physicality of the Premier League, not the physicality tackles. That's not what I'm talking about. The way your manager wants you to play in the Premier League. That's the biggest problem with the for the Ange.
Postecoglou.
Postecoglou.
How hard is it? Postecoglou.
Dude, I'm
Say
really
Big
bad with the
Ange.
names. Really
Say
bad
Big
with
Ange.
names.
And I'm confused. Were you saying whack-a-mole or guacamole earlier? I couldn't
Guacamole.
remember. Guacamole.
Can I get
I just
Brandon's
think it's
opinion
funny.
about Postecoglou before I say my opinion? Because my opinion might.
Go for it.
Okay. I think he's a decent manager. I think he's showing that as well. The only thing that I'd say about Postecoglou is you need to give it time to see if he can learn from. I think sometimes he can be quite naive, especially with the whole high line thing. I think if
Well,
you
he
do that,
learned that lesson.
I think if you do that in the Premier League, even with better players, I think you do tend to get exposed. So I look at that, and I do think there are certain elements that he could definitely improve on. He's only 6 months into a job though, and he's got Spurs playing some decent football and winning games even with injuries. So there's from a rival's perspective, there's a big problem there because I'm looking at it. I'm thinking this guy, okay, he, like Alan was saying, he's only won in Japan, he's only won in Scotland, but he's won. He knows how to win trophies. Can he do it at Spurs? I mean, the sticking point is, like the Spurs guys have just said, Daniel Levy and how much money he's willing to put into the club and back the manager. And if he backs him, then, we'll probably have a conversation again. But I've been quite impressed with Spurs, to be fair. Some of their signings have been really, really good, especially, some of the unknown ones as well. Like Vicario, for me, has been the signing of the summer so far. Ahead of Declan Rice and all the other players that have been brought in as well. I think Vicario has come in, and he looks like a real top goalkeeper, and that's as far as I'm going to go with my Spurs praise. But yeah, I mean, in terms of winning trophies, it comes down to Daniel Levy. That's what I think.
Keep going, Brandon. Here, Frick. Keep going.
Listen, people, over 150 of you here, and we're just starting. So hit that like button. Get us to 100 likes. The like button is underneath the live chat. The like button is how this channel is going to grow. We're going to get more people watching. I actually think Ange Postecoglou is a genius, actually. I actually didn't know anything about him before that. On the football terrace, I said, how is Spurs hiring someone like this without experience? They might finish 6th, 7th, 10th, whatever I said, but then he surprised me. The reason why I'm saying that is that every time I'm watching Spurs, they're very exciting. They move the ball very well. He made players like Emerson Royal today was passing the ball all right. Ben Davies is trying to play football again. Pedro Porro, who I didn't think has this in him, he is in contention for the best right back of the league. We remember when everybody was saying, Pedro Porro, you're a bum. Remember that. Remember the shit. He got Richarlison. Even I actually think Richarlison isn't a footballer. He got him scoring goals. Somehow he is getting sometimes the best out of a bad player. Brennan Johnson, I didn't like him at Nottingham Forest. I thought he was very raw. Today, look at his first touch. Look at his, he actually looked very good. Yes, he's like the final product. He's 22 years old. And in my opinion, this guy is actually equipped managerial-wise to win leagues. The problem is, can he compete with Pep Guardiola? I don't know, right? Because Pep Guardiola keeps getting back. Like they're talking about Kimmich, Neto, Paqueta. Like, can you compete with this? I don't think that a lot of people can compete with that.
How long do you think Poch is staying at City? So it's not that long to wait.
Can I just say as well, the other thing about Postecoglou that should, look at Spurs fans and Spurs fans should be going, yeah, this could be the guy, is the fact that he's willing to make the big decisions as well. I just see him in his post-match conference saying about how Ben Davies has picked up a bit of an injury, and they asked him, well, does this mean that you're now going to keep Eric Dier? He said no. He said no. He's going. He's going. That's it. People like Mourinho, people like Conte, they wanted to keep Eric Dier for various different reasons. Obviously, it's a different system and that, but it's clear to see that if you want to be winning trophies, Eric Dier is simply not good enough. I don't know how the hell he's nicking a move to Bayern Munich. I don't know, right? But
I don't care where he goes, as long as it's somewhere else.
There are players in that Spurs team.
Can I ask something? Forget Eric Dier. Eric Dier, yes, I had him on the thumbnail because it's actually a shock move. So I want to ask you guys something. Why is everybody talking about the high line? Well, Liverpool, when they won the league, played the high line.
They're not that high.
So
hold on, Alex. Don't play that high of a line now. They did it against Chelsea, which was an idiotic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying he's adapting.
He's learning. He's adapting. Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Man City play a high line. Man City relies so much on a 1-1 defending, assuming that their defenders are good enough. And look, to be honest with you, I was watching one thing today. I was watching Van de Ven today, warming up, and I said, if this guy comes back, well, the Spurs got 50% of their defensive ability back. It's as simple as that. He signed another. This guy was people just forgot because he was injured for 3 months. It's immense. This guy was ridiculous. People were saying that he was one of the best defenders in the league. People forget, short memory.
It's not about the high line. Sorry, Ryan. It's not about the actual high line. It's how many chances you give for that for the other team to actually get against you. So, for example, when Man City play high line, they control the games. Those counters have maybe 3 in a 90 minutes, 3-4 in a 90 minutes. The way Ange, the way Tottenham plays, it's not, they do not control and press the team. They constantly get counters. If you're going to count how many counters Tottenham has versus how many counters City has versus how many counters Liverpool had, it's a completely different picture.
Alex is gonna develop. Alex, first season for Pep Guardiola, it didn't look like this.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
It didn't look like this.
You think Postecoglou, I said it right, whatever, Ange's name, Ange, Postecoglou is going to be the manager that controls the game by passing, and he's gonna reduce the position with the ball. You think that's his long wait vision?
Can I give you a stat, Alex?
Because I can tell you it's not.
Can I give you a stat, Alex? Can I give you a stat? So Spurs averages 60% ball position in the league, right? Over 20 games. Without Bissouma majority of the games, which is because he's a bomb and he gets red cards, whatever. He's a good player, but he gets red cards. Without Madison, who's injured. Man City averages this season 63%. So they're only 3% differential without their best players half the game. So my point is simple. It looks like he is building a system to control the games, but he lost his players. So
I will be different.
Can I just dispel
facts are there, Alex? Why? No. I'm not sure. Why are you disputing the facts?
It's
not.
I'll actually use fact in a second.
No, what? Let me dispel a myth. Basically, before the injuries and red card in the game against Chelsea, apart from the red against Luton, which obviously then allowed Luton to come onto us, although we battered them in the first half, we didn't take our chances. Spurs weren't getting countered ridiculously time and time again. It weren't happening. Like against Brentford, it did in the beginning, but then the games leading up to the Chelsea game, it really wasn't happening all that much. Arsenal, I think, bucked the trend. Arsenal got at us quite a bit as well because they're high quality. But you're forgetting this is like he's 4th, 5th, and 6th, 7th game in the league. This is why it was happening. But when we went down to 9 men, he was like, okay, this is how he saw it. The fact that high line, Chelsea aren't the best at, obviously, in regards to finishing because they weren't. I'm going to go with a high line. I reckon I can catch him offside and stuff like that. Now, it didn't happen. It didn't work out. We got beat 4-1. He tried it. But what he's done since he's had all these injuries, in the fact that he's gone, that was the only time he's had a high line on the halfway line. Normally, it's like mid in our own half and all that. The high line thing was just one game and people have run and had a narrative with it. Even though we've had so many injuries, he's continued to play his way. He's not seen the weaknesses that some of these players have and gone, hold on, I'm going to now go, because I can't play this way, I'm going to go and sit ultra defensively or do this and ever. He's gone, no, this is how we're going to play. So anyone that comes to that team knows what he expects from them. He doesn't go, because we haven't got this person, we're going to have to do this and we're going to have to change and stuff like that. Will we get found out over time? Who knows? But if he gets the best players, Man City occasionally have changed it up in regards to inverted fullbacks, but for the predominantly, you have the best players and you play the same way, you can control and dominate games. And he's doing it with people like Lo Celso, Højbjerg, Skip coming into the team. A person that wasn't used by Conte last season, Sarr, has come on leaps and bounds. Look, Brendan Johnson for me isn't the guy, but he's still getting a tune out of him as well to a certain extent. You give him time to build a squad, and he's winning trophies 2 or 3 years down the line. He really is.
So I want to address the stat.
Hold on. And I'm going to tell you, because let me throw this stat in there real fast before he brings another one in. Right? Total passes. Tottenham make more passes than Liverpool, Arsenal, everybody. City's the only team that makes more passes than us. But Tottenham makes more progressive passes than City does. Yeah. So there's no other team in the league that's in the top 4 right now that passes more than Tottenham and City.
Okay.
And we do progressive passing more than they do.
That's my freaking point. When City does the possession, City slowly builds the possession and they suffocate you. You do not see the ball for about 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know how you can count that stats, that whatever. I'm not a stat man. So what I see is what I see. Tottenham does not like to hold the ball and slowly build up to attack. They go in quicker directly. So if you're asking me, which team Postecoglou reminds me of? More Liverpool than Manchester City. Because the way they building up, it's not slow and suffocate. It's going quick wing, and we're trying to score. They do not press the teams against the will in their own box. That's not how they play either. Because when they play off the back, that's the biggest concern for me is for Tottenham. You have to find the really good defenders that actually can play away from the back. And so far, even those guys that you mentioned, no, there's no convincing that whatever the guy that comes after injury, they good as a defenders. But I watched them with my eyes the way they play it after back. It's still a lot of things needs to be done.
Romero's the best defender with the ball at his feet.
Great for you. I'll give you flowers if you're in front of me. But
you're saying we can't play out of the back when we have literally the best defender at playing out of the back.
Yeah. I understand. Thank you. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you still create the chances. You make a mistake in the back that you almost consider the goals from. That's what I'm
Alex, Pep Guardiola, exactly the same happened in the
Pep
first
Guardiola
season.
Does not play the same game that he played 2 seasons ago.
Alex, when Pep Guardiola came to Manchester City, they used to make mistakes in the back. Players used to make mistakes, and he literally said in interviews, "I'm going to keep doing the same thing until we get it right." And at the end, he got it right.
That's the only point is. So my point is, if he's going to get back by the owners, yes, he can do it.
But it looks like it's happening, Alex. How many signings? Solomon, Brennan Johnson, Vicario, Udogi from last season, great investment to be honest. Pedro Porro in January last season, he was scouted by them. He was great in Portugal, if I'm not mistaken, or Spain. I can't remember.
I'm not saying he can't win.
Actually, people keep saying if. Well, there are no signs that it's not going to happen because until now we haven't seen Daniel Levy saying,
I can tell you
who is the first team that went out.
I can tell you for a fact.
And Fabrizio Romano said it. First day in the transfer market, they went to Genoa and said, "We want your guy. How much?" First team.
Mo, you know how confident I am of a guacamole manager? He actually, if I was a betting man, I would put money on him winning the next trophy than Brendan's manager. he will actually get the quicker than
I
him.
wouldn't do that because there's Pep Guardiola and there's Jurgen Klopp. Winning a trophy
Brandon
in
manager.
that
I'm not
country-
putting against the Pep or him. I'm talking
No,
about
but the
Arteta.
problem with trophies in England is that there is Pep Guardiola and there is freaking Jurgen
Yeah,
Klopp.
because
It's
they are
very
so
tough.
respected. They do not respect those trophies like you think they are.
They do. Pep Guardiola freaking won it 4 years in a row, bro.
What's the name?
Pep Guardiola won it 4 years
No,
in
the
a row.
Cups.
Yes,
The
Cup?
League Cup, yeah.
yes.
No,
Pep
Liverpool
Guardiola's
won the
never given up a
League
game
Cup
like
before
this.
that. No, what's his name won last season, and Liverpool won it before, and FA Cup before.
You know what?
Yeah,
Just
but
going
it's-
back to Ange here. Look, Ange, he's proving to the owners that he can play that system, right? That's the first part, that I can play this way, right? So that's the first bit. That then enables the owners to say, right, okay, we can invest in the players that this guy needs now, and that's the second bit. And in terms of high line and the risks, City is always at risk when it comes to high line, right? But you counter that by possession, and which is also something Ange is doing. He's trying to gain as much possession as he can in the game. Now it just comes down to a bit more personnel that play his style of play, just like Pep did right from the start. You know, his first season wasn't the best. He needed some more players that could play in that system. Once they came in, you know, they started to get that rhythm and that style of play. You can't just expect him to start doing it immediately. Give him a bit more time. Give him the rest of the season. Give him next season. He's definitely moving in the right direction when it comes to a style.
Unless some other team will come and ask for Ange to go and join them, like Real Madrid and Barcelona. Why not? Another thing that people don't realize, what will happen that if Ange's player that actually did not, for example, they sign a player and it doesn't work out. This happens, right? Happens. Does Ange has same pool and Levy, for example, like Pep? Pep could throw away the goalkeeper and just replace it with another one for 80 mil the next season. Do you think Spurs can do that?
You'd be the best to know because you spent $1 billion and most of your players are
Yeah. I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah,
It's your problem.
You're 10th too, bitch.
I have trophies. You don't.
I'm not turning this into banter
since
between
2003.
Spurs. I'm not turning this.
No,
around.
I won a
Just-
98.
just in case
guys,
Alan
please,
doesn't know, I'm rich
guys.
bitch is like a meme from Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it wasn't
Alan,
a personal
don't
pop.
watch Dave Chappelle.
Okay, it's
I just wanted to
a
clear
joke.
that up. So,
It's a
It's a
joke.
joke
yeah, it's
meme.
a joke. It's a
Wow,
joke
I
meme.
didn't know. I don't watch Dave Chappelle. I know who he is. I just
He's
haven't
the
watched.
GOAT.
Congratulations for your trophy from 2003 onwards.
No,
Congratulations.
18 and
2003.
98
Mm,
2003.
and 98.
What, you're one of a couple.
Oh, yes, we won. Yeah.
Look at Spurs' over the
Yeah,
history.
look at Spurs. How long? Was the dinosaur still alive? Come on, man.
Nah, the
Don't
Dons
come
was
Oh, we
well,
aren't doing that. Okay, guys, this is not a competition about who won the trophies. Like this is not. It's literally not. Like there is no competition here. I want to know. Okay, so it just moves on. Like
Ryan is
because
my
this
guy.
moves
People, calm down.
moves on to Arsenal. Arsenal spent 3-4 years building this and that, and then this guy Ange comes in and say, "Oh, screw this phases thing. I can actually play a system, and I might finish above them in the league." Is that something that anybody can see happening? Bilal, you haven't said a word. Why you look stunned every time you come on the show?
Listen, I'm just listening. Tottenham, to be fair, I caught the last half an hour. They're playing good football. That goal by Pedro Porro, what a goal! But Burnley should have scored, man, last minute. But apart from that, Tottenham are building something. They are playing good football. They're one of the most exciting teams to watch, without a doubt, this season. But at the end of the day, listen, it's Tottenham. So you can't really, I don't really expect anything from them. Yes, they can get top 4. They can get top 4 this season. They can get back in the Champions
What
League.
you just said doesn't mean anything. Like it just, what do you mean? It's just Tottenham. What does that even mean? Leicester
what's the
City
end
won the
goal?
league.
What's the end?
What was it? Just the Leicester City won the
Bro,
league, bro.
Tottenham are
What
not
is
gonna
that?
win the
What
league.
is that?
Even if they sign every player they
So if
want
Pep
and
Guardiola-
they play the best system they want, they're
Why
not going to
not?
win the league, bro.
Why
Yeah, but
not?
the thing is, right? This
Because
is
it's Tottenham,
where I don't
I
like.
really listen. I've
logical.
been watching this league since 2003, right? When Mourinho came to this,
not make
they
Alan
literally
angry.
told him, Mourinho, you aren't winning the league. You are competing against Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger.
It was just Arsenal and Man
Mourinho
United
freaking
those times, and
smashed every
and Chelsea
record.
changed the game. Chelsea changed the game. They got that first. Mourinho came in as a winner, won his trophies, won the Premier League, etc. And Chelsea built from there.
All
With
right.
Tottenham, it's completely different. They've played good football in
But
the
you're
past.
really
They've always
like
played.
you're
Tottenham have always played nice football. They've always been entertaining.
dismissing the whole idea of a manager coming in and getting the best out of some players. You're dismissing the whole thing.
Bro,
Like so
if you
that means nobody has hope in this league then. Nobody.
No.
The only reason
No,
Can I
I don't
just
have
say-
hope in
the
Tottenham.
only
I just don't
reason
have
why
hope in
Arsenal
Tottenham.
fans can
So
even
do
say
you have
that is
hope in
because of
Aston
Wenger.
Villa, for example, Bilal? Sorry guys. Do you have hope in Aston Villa, for example, Bilal?
More than Tottenham.
More than you literally just said that you have hope in
But
Aston Villa.
more,
than
but it's still
Tottenham.
low.
That
It's
doesn't
still
make
low on the
any
scale.
sense to me, to be honest.
It's
No,
still low on
I
the
want to ask
scale.
him a question because the only reason why Arsenal fans can even say this is because of one
James,
manager,
bro.
Arsene Wenger, who had more FA Cups than you before Arsene Wenger came to your club.
Bro, you're talking about Arsene Wenger.
Who had
Arsenal
more?
been winning trophies since the
Is it
20s,
Tottenham?
30s,
Who
bro.
had
Like,
more?
relax.
I'm assuming it's Tottenham.
It is
Arsenal have the
Tottenham.
most FA Cups in history as we speak right now.
Yeah,
So I
Alan,
because
you
of
should be
one
proud.
manager. One manager came
So
in from
Ange is going to be your
Japan
Arsene Wenger.
and
Ange is going to
changed
be
your
your Arsene
whole
Wenger. That's what you're trying to
club's
say.
perspective.
Okay.
Arsene Wenger made your
yeah.
club relevant.
Arsenal.
All I
One
can say
manager.
is if
Arsenal
this
been
manager
relevant.
does
Which
well,
is
what
true.
he look, this
You don't know
manager,
history
if he
very
does
well.
well
Need to argue
and
with
Pep Guardiola lives in 2 years,
Yeah.
I would be surprised if this manager will give Pep Guardiola of the city in 2 years.
What this guy coming to say about what's the end goal for Spurs? What's the end goal for Arteta? Get to phase 10 and have and still have the same hairstyle?
Alan is pissed off.
Listen, Arteta is a whole different discussion, and there's pressure on him. If he doesn't win or the Premier League or Champions League soon enough, he's going to be in trouble as well. Arsenal stages are not going to all the money invested, everything. He's going to be. There's no more debt excuse at the Emirates, so that's all past. He spent big money breaking British transfer records on Declan Rice and all sorts. It's a different ball game to Tottenham Hotspur. It's completely different. So I wouldn't put it in the same category. I think Tottenham is playing good football.
With the completely different. Arsenal became irrelevant pretty much since the Wenger left.
No, Arsenal had that bad transfer window.
You got the
2015.
Okay,
when we signed Xhaka, Mustafi, and them guys.
2009, 2010. You got the second. Yeah. You went second in the league. Did you do anything after that?
Banter era Arsenal, bro. Like that era, there wasn't signing players. Anytime you had good players,
that's my point.
No, yeah. Arsenal for the past 15 years or whatever have not been a team that would seriously continue on what they're challenging. The hope is now.
15. I think you need to add 5 more to that.
Listen, whenever
you won the FA Cup, man, that's it.
Yeah, we won the FA Cup
in 20 years
with Emery's team. Remember that wasn't with Arteta's team since he spent 700 million and built a team in his image.
Look, it's not about actual Arteta.
Before everybody else goes, right? Because I always try and keep it real, right? I always try.
Please do.
And I'm not defending Tottenham at all. So don't anybody in the comment section think I'm sitting here defending Tottenham. But what I don't like, right, is
you're not going to jail if you be objective.
What I don't like,
I don't
like is Arsenal fans coming on here going, "Oh, it's Tottenham. Oh, it's Ange Postecoglou. They ain't doing nothing." The thing is, right, is what we've got to look at here is Ange Postecoglou is getting the best out of players that are simply not good enough. Did Arteta do that in his first 2 seasons at Arsenal? Did he get a tune out of them? No, he didn't. We finished 8th twice. So if Ange Postecoglou or Unai Emery finishes above Mikel Arteta at all this season, just sack the geezer. Seriously,
that's a sackable offence. I agree. There's no problem with what you said. That's completely.
There's no point in chatting around all of
Chelsea.
This or any of that.
And it's from Chelsea. If we doing the same thing that Arsenal or Tottenham been doing in the past 15 to 20 years, sack every manager every 6 months. I don't care.
I don't agree with that. Sack.
You spoiled
Arteta.
Why?
What? Sorry. Okay. So, what are Arsenal the favourites to win the league?
It's not about being favourites, right?
Villa and Spurs finish above.
Look at this.
Right. Okay. Villa finish above. Right.
Look at this, right? We've spent £640 million. Yeah, he's had 4 whole years to get this right. Last season, we was up there competing with for a league title that we should have won. with Manchester City. If we do not compete again, right? And I am talking, we are not there or thereabouts, and we do not win a trophy this season. That is the big thing for Arsenal fans. At the beginning of the season, everybody was saying he has to win a trophy this season. He hasn't won a trophy in 4 years. Since he's built his squad, he hasn't done nothing, right? If we do not win a trophy this season, just sack him. Because it's clear and obvious to see, right? Sometimes you get managers that can get you to a point, but cannot get you over the line. Brendan Rodgers is a prime example at Liverpool. It's not a bad thing, you know. It's not get Arteta out because he's crap. He just might be our Brendan Rodgers. It's as simple as that. You cannot continue to keep giving this guy more money. Oh, but every single season, every time we go out of a trophy, it doesn't matter. The next phase, on to the next phase, on to the next one. Now we'll just buy a dog this time. Do you know what I mean? It's absolute crap. PR rubbish that everybody can see through. Well, I say everybody with a brain can see through. And the rest of the Arsenal fans that are all deluded and think everything's just going to fix itself. And all of a sudden, Arteta, you know, let's just put this for an example. Let's just say we don't win anything this season, right? And we keep Arteta, and Postecoglou and Spurs go into the transfer market and spend a load of money, and he gets more of his players. Then you got Klopp and Pep, who are going to continue to do their thing. Man United get a new manager in. Chelsea, you know, maybe get a new manager in. Then again, you're looking at it again, and you're going, okay, the league becomes even harder to win. Every trophy becomes even harder to win. So it's like, how long do we stick with this guy before we go, actually, you're not the guy? Do you know what I mean? You're not the guy. He has to win tomorrow on Sunday against Liverpool. He has to. You know, we're coming off the back of 2 poor defeats. We've got no games after this for 2 weeks. I expect a strong lineup and a top performance from these players.
Is it Anfield?
The biggest problem for me with Chelsea, comparing to the Arsenal, as a manager-wise, I don't want to get to the point where fans saying stuff like, oh, now the next manager needs to buy his players, and we're going to his players, and we're going to his players. Whereas actual examples of the manager, like Aston Villa, they are in a relegation. He came in, they banging from the day one.
Eddie Howe.
That guacamole manager came from freaking Azi, and he made them play like freaking prime Barcelona.
Yeah,
and
I think you're right. Yeah,
and Pochettino, I don't know if we're playing Blunt Mount as a 10 or we're playing him in a pivot. I don't know the style. Tell me the style, why Arteta changes the style of Arsenal for the past 4 years he's been there. Can you tell me the system that he's consistent in? Do you play the same system as last season?
No, not this season. Arsenal changed
No,
the way we played.
no. What about season before that?
Because it's controlled football. What a load of crap. Yeah, we conceded more this year than what we conceded at this stage last season.
The only thing he can control, it's the wind dog that you bought it. I don't know. Release the dog and let him go free, because that wind dog did not help you.
It didn't.
I think actually, to be honest with you, I think actually this Ange guy, because he's getting results along with performances, you're sitting 5th in the league. You're like 3 points behind Arsenal, or 4 points.
1 point, actually.
1 point.
Squad.
1 point.
Biggest impression is squad.
1 point.
1 point behind Arsenal. So in my opinion, he is exposing other managers. Like the way he did this season, he's exposing other managers. He's exposing this, well, I need all my players to play football, and I need to buy 50,000 guy and change everything around me to play my style of football. Emery is the same. He's exposing people. Emery, like, look at Konsa playing football on the ground. Look at Konsa. The difference between Gerrard and Emery is day and night. Look at Ollie Watkins. Look at McGinn. It's day and night.
Mo, this started last season, bro. Yeah, Eddie Howe was exposing people. Let's not look at that Newcastle team, right, and say that they got absolute world beaters, because you could look at that Newcastle team, and I can guarantee you there's only a handful of players that you would take. Yeah, and he did the same thing. He started this whole, you know, exposing people, managers for not having to need, you know, all these players and that, right? Like you just said, Emery at Aston Villa, he's doing it. You got Ange doing it at Tottenham. How many more managers need to do this
Yeah,
before we
but-
go, hang about, Arteta's not the guy.
Yeah, but
700
hold
million
on. See
pounds.
the difference. Hold on. But Arteta isn't actually one of the managers that are exposed. Not yet.
Why
The
not?
reason why I'm saying that, because Saka is a youngster. Odegaard, you bought him when he failed at Real Madrid. Okay. Martinelli is a youngster, right? Who else? Saliba. Gabriel wasn't his guy. Like Gabriel was an average
hold on a second. So
footballer.
you give
Gabriel was
all
his guy.
that?
Gabriel's this guy, bro.
Let me finish. Gabriel wasn't. He developed Gabriel now. 2 seasons ago, we were talking about Gabriel being an average defender. Gabriel now is one of the good defenders of the league. Ramsdale, he developed, right? So that what I want is that yes, he played bad this year. You're only 5 points off the top. Yes, you're playing controlled football. I want to see if he can turn this around at the end of the season. I'm not jumping the wagon now and saying, well, you're done, your time is over, you get sacked. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he developed a lot of players last season. You get something wrong. He got one of the major signings wrong, which is 65 million down the drain for Kai Havertz. This is down the drain, right? He invested wrong. So I'm going to see if he can.
What about other
rectify
players
this.
he signed?
Okay, this is what I was going to say. How many of
I had this discussion with Northside in the morning, and people going to tell me how many signings he got wrong. When he signed Fabio Vieira, Northside said he watched him in Portugal and he wasn't great. I just looked, the guy had 22 GA the season you signed him. So that definitely was a good prospect from Portugal, and he wasn't like 80 million pounds, right? Lokonga was very well known and people wanted to buy him, and you bought him.
Vincent Company, you'll play for your
Okay,
club.
so
The fact, Brandon, the fact that they failed is different than his talent. He bought these players, they looked all right.
why did they fail, Mo? Look dead in the eyes of the manager, yeah? Because you're talking about, they're all prospects and they're all great and all this, that, and the other leagues, right? Why is he not getting the best out of these players that he's signing? For example, right? We struggle to change games when it's not going our way because this guy doesn't trust in his bench. You know, Emil Smith-Rowe 2 years ago was scoring 10 goals in a season and controlling games and all this, that, and the other. He don't even get a run out now. Why? You know, why is it Trossard so bad all of a sudden? Why is it all these players are not performing to a level? Look dead in the eyes of the manager because something is not going right in terms of his management. Like Martinelli and Saka don't look anywhere near threatening as what
Why
they
people
were.
afraid to ask
can I
if
just put the super
overachieve?
chat? Can I put the super chat? Thank you, SE,
Yeah.
for the super chat. Guys, 300 people here. Can we get the likes to 100 likes? Guys, you guys are embarrassing us. Hit that like button, people. 300 people. I need to see 150 likes. Well, directed to Will, of course. Of course. Well, Arsenal had more league titles than United before the Premier League.
Yeah, because you guys were good in the 30s. Congratulations.
No, they won in 88, 89 with Ian Wright. He was great.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah,
Before
but
Wenger,
you
we had
get
10
to-
league
And
titles,
they won in 1991. They won in the
I think you're
70s.
forgetting
Yeah,
as well.
but
There's a
it's
certain
still-
manager.
Well,
there's
it's
a certain
not
manager
true.
called George
No,
Graham.
hold on.
Who won us a lot of trophies
I'm
as
talking
well.
about
my
total
friend.
numbers of trophies here, right? Total's number of trophies. Yes, you guys won a lot of trophies in the 30s and 40s, and you won a few in the 90s, right? But Arsene Wenger is the one who puts you guys on the map as far as your total trophy haul.
Yeah, the
Look at
modern
the
era
difference
football.
from 1996
modern era for
97, 98,
'cause he's a
01,
manager,
02,
of course.
03, 04. Then in the FA Cup from 1997 all the way till 2019 or 2016, 17, sorry. Look at all of those trophies that Arsene Wenger himself single-handedly pulled you guys into.
So
right?
do you
All
believe
your
that
Wenger was a
Alex
manager
Ferguson-
for
So hold
22
on.
years.
Well, do
He
you
has to
believe
win.
that Alex Ferguson is the one who put Man United on the map?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Is he
okay, okay.
not?
Oh
If
my-
if
yeah,
you
oh,
are,
that's
if he
Humber's
is,
done.
if
Yeah,
if
Humber's
if
done.
you are having this energy for everybody, it's European.
Is Ferguson not the guy who made Man United Man United?
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
No, bro, it's one of those. Yeah, for the modern era football, Wenger and Fergie were massive for the
Yeah,
Premier League. When the
100%
TV
for
money
it.
came in, and it's going all over the world. Yeah, Arsenal, Man United, Ferguson, Wenger. It's a great rivalry, and of course, for the modern fans outside of England, that's fantastic.
Can I ask you
But-
something? Well, do you believe that Jurgen Klopp put Liverpool on the map?
No. He hasn't
Why?
won enough yet.
in the Premier League.
So you actually
In the
don't
map
think
of Premier
Liverpool are on the map at all?
No, they're on
Yeah.
the map for their past, right? They're past in the
So
Champions
Arsenal
League. They're
were on the
past-
map for before.
Of course.
What do you
we
mean
would.
they were on the map before?
Okay,
They
so
haven't
the
won
same,
anything in
the
Europe.
same thing, the same
Yes, we did.
argument, Will. The
No,
same
you
argument,
didn't. You won
Will.
a Cup
Yes, we
Winners'
did,
Cup.
Will. George Graham won a European trophy at Arsenal, my friend. Yeah, these were the days where pre-Arsene
European
Wenger,
Go research
Come
Perfect
on,
Chapman. Go
Come
research
on,
Your
Brian.
Bears
That's
Cup?
not European.
Wanna go
pre-Arsene
to history.
Wenger,
Wait, are you
Arsenal
talking
was
about? Wait, are you talking about
pre-Arsene
the
Wenger. Will,
non-UEFA
pre-Arsene
sanctioned
Wenger,
Intercities
Arsenal
Cup?
still were a huge football club, while
Yeah.
Tottenham were down in
Okay.
mid-table.
Are you talking
lower
about
league.
your
Yeah.
completely off the books, just no different than the ICC that comes to the summer in the United States every year, Interfares Cup? Is that what you're talking
Won the
about?
Cup Winners' Cup as well, my friend.
Makes no-
That was under
The point
Arsene
is-
Wenger, dude.
Your point is irrelevant, though. You're
First of all,
talking
European-
about
What's your
Arsene
point? What is your
Wenger and
point?
this, that, and the other.
It's
Talking
First of
about
all,
absolutely
it's not
nuts. I've
It's
never
not a
had a
cup.
show.
The Intercity Fairs Cup is not a sanctioned UEFA Cup. Go to UEFA's website. They don't even count it as you having a European trophy. Facts.
That's why I
was
left
a
when you said
completely-
European Cup.
It was a
Bro.
complete and utter like
Cup Winners' Cup was
off
before
the
Wenger as
ball.
well, by the way. So I don't know what you're on.
Like what do you call
Winners'
those
Cup was
things?
before
Like
Wenger, yeah.
what do you
Yeah,
call
I don't
those
know
things?
what
Like
you're
a
on.
like a charity
Before
type
Wenger
of a
even came
tournament.
to. Oh my god!
It's not
Hey,
even
bro,
considered
I'm-
a UEFA trophy, my man. You guys
If
gotta
you
stop
know
bringing
people,
that
bro, you know
Interfares
people
Cup
clip
up,
this up, yeah. If people clip this
Clip
up,
it
they'll say
up.
ban Americans from football. This is what they'll start saying.
I don't care if you say
Bilal,
ban Americans.
Bilal,
from
No, I don't
football.
want to.
Bilal,
No,
what
I'm not
does this
saying
have
I will
to do with
say it.
American, Bilal.
No,
What does
listen,
this
I know
have to do with
I know you got your
Americans?
passport.
What is
I
that?
know you got your passport now. So
No,
you
but
wanna-
what does this have to do with
Listen, I speak
Americans?
to
Bilal?
Americans. I speak
What
to
does this
Americans
have to
all
do
the
with
time.
Americans, Bilal?
Bro, if they clip this up, and
If
this
I
goes on
ever
the-
hear you
this goes
speak about
viral-
NFL and basketball, I found you.
I don't, bro. I don't even watch those sports like that. So I don't.
Don't
I will
speak
never
about
even talk.
NFL.
Bilal,
But I'm
what
just
is
saying,
this?
bro, it's feeding into the stereotypes, bro. I'm sorry. Like if this
What
is clipped up
stereotype?
and then
What are you, Bilal?
stereotype?
Bilal,
Long
well,
day.
Oh man.
well, please, Bilal. What are you? I'm sorry. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Americans or what Americans? What does this have to do with Americans? What is what Will said?
Do you know what
What is
the-
Will's
I said-
opinion? What is Will's opinion have to do with him being American or me
Do you
being
know what?
American?
How?
Or Alex being American? What does that have to do with that?
bro?
Like
When
you
even
mentioned, I'm sorry, Bilal. You mentioning
Go on,
this
speak
is
if you want.
actually offensive
I said if
because
people
you
clip
didn't
this up
mention
and
it
it
as
goes
a
viral,
joke. You didn't mention it as a joke.
I'm not saying that. Okay, no,
You
no,
really
listen, bro.
think that it's all right to think that
Bro-
because someone is American, their opinion is invalid?
No, yeah, you're putting words in my mouth now because I speak to
Okay.
Americans all the time. I've had some on my channel.
Right.
I speak to them throughout the years. What I'm saying is, if people put this clip up and put it on social media, they'll start saying American this. They don't know football. blah, blah,
Xenophobics,
blah.
fuck them. Who
Yeah,
gives a
okay.
fuck about
And
them?
and
If
and
someone
number,
says that, they're idiots. They don't know football.
bro, if you're getting offended by that, it's long day for you. I'm not.
I am
gonna-
not, bro. I'm Egyptian American, right? My point is, I don't like to feed into this narrative that because someone is American, they're people. You are giving validation for the
No,
people.
I'm
that
saying what
think.
people would say. I'm saying
I don't care what people would say
100%.
because hold on.
If you
listen,
clip that up and
listen,
it's
my guy.
incoherent,
Look,
and
know
it's
what's
not
more
making
clip-
sense,
I'm not
they'll
upset about
start
it, right?
saying what's going on.
Right.
Look, I'm not upset about it because I know I'm right. Okay,
I'm
so
not
I don't care
upset
what other
about
people
it.
say.
I just don't like to
The
feed into
Interfares
that
Cup.
narrative.
You're telling me
I
right
know.
now that the Interfares Cup, that's a major trophy?
Bro, Cup Winners' Cup was a major.
I didn't ask about the Cup Winners' Cup. I didn't say the
Why
Cup Winners'
not?
Cup
You said
wasn't.
that's before Wenger. So what's your
Wenger
point?
won the Cup Winners' Cup, or sorry,
He
it was the
did, yeah.
93, 94. That's
Yeah,
the
and we
Cup
beat,
Winners'
and
Cup.
we beat a Parma side, which was
Sorry, I
the
thought it was
best on the
96.
planet.
With Zola
at that
and
time.
bro, like come on.
Zola, Aspria.
The Interfares Cup is not a UEFA sanctioned trophy. That's just a fact. Whether you like it or not, you can go to UEFA's website, go look up how many European trophies Arsenal's won, and it says 1. It doesn't say 2.
Cool.
It says 1. That's UEFA's own website. It's not me being American. Is UEFA American? Is UEFA American? Yes or no?
Verified, but
Is
the Cup
UEFA
Winners'
an
Cup was
American?
a
Yes or no?
prestigious trophy. It's a prestigious trophy.
Cup
Hold
Winners'
on.
Cup.
You
was.
won one trophy.
You
The
won
Cup
one.
Winners' Cup. Yes, the Cup Winners' Cup
Yeah.
is your trophy. One.
One.
That's it.
That's it.
Spurs have 2.
Yeah, but no, the
We
point
have
was
3.
it's before Wenger. No, he was saying Wenger's the
Who
only
cares
one.
anyway?
I got the.
That's what I was just saying,
I
that's
don't
before
have the
Wenger.
dates up in front of me. I thought that one was in 1996. It was in 1994. I'm sorry, I missed the years. Okay, I always said that the Cup Winners' Cup counted. That's it, right? Tottenham have 3. You have 1.
So what?
Well
what's the
done.
point?
We have more
Tottenham a
league
bigger
cups
club?
than you.
Well
Right?
done.
We had more FA Cups than you until Wenger took over. True or false?
Well done.
He's trying
titles.
to say that Wenger put you on the map
Exactly.
than anything. That's what you
That's
forgot.
all I'm saying.
With all American crap going on, you forgot their argument was Will was saying about Wenger put you on the map. That's the whole thing. That's the only thing. By the way,
I disagree with his point. Arsenal were known before Arsene Wenger, of course.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool are known.
It's half banter, half serious, right? It's like a half act, half banter. Of course, they won trophies back in the ancient past. So did we. We all
it's
have.
Not the ancient past. They literally just won trophies in the 80s.
Our guy down here hasn't, but all of us have in the ancient past. Chelsea too. They didn't win much in the ancient past, but Arsenal, Tottenham, we all won a lot in the ancient past. That's the ancient past. Okay. I'm talking about in the modern era of football. The guy who made Arsenal relevant is Arsene Wenger, and that's a fact. Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's fine. No one's going to disagree with that. In the modern era,
your logic is wrong. Because if that's the case, Liverpool haven't won as many trophies under any manager. So who made them relevant? Liverpool won in the 80s.
They weren't relevant for 30 years. Well, that's my point.
Yeah, that's what I disagree
again.
with you. Sam is a Liverpool fan from the 2000s. He lives in Jordan.
Let me ask you this, Will. What did Spurs win in the 80s? I'm a Tottenham
fan from the United States from
2013. Will, I'm talking to you, my friend.
Yeah.
What did Spurs win in the 80s and 90s, my friend?
FA Cups, League Cups.
Did you?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
European Cups.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I'm pretty certain that your last trophy was a League Cup back in 2012. And then we're talking, what, 60s?
No.
Brandon,
guys, let's not go there.
Brandon, I'm gonna call you American, Brandon.
I'm gonna call you American now.
Brandon, they won the FA Cup in 81 and 90 and 91, and they won something in the 93, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm looking at the data right. They won something in the 2007, and they won. Yeah, I think they won the Europe. Yeah, I think they won something.
One Europa League.
The Europa League in 83. So yeah, not that. Like it's. But anyway, to be honest,
thanks for trying though.
Spurs aren't on the same table as Arsenal at all. Just establish that, right?
Yeah, total trophies, absolutely not. Never said they were.
No. It's not on. Yeah, like you guys don't sit on the same table. League titles, numbers, and stuff like that. Is it for Arsene Wenger or not? That's for a different day. But anyway, I want to go back to this freaking Arteta. You guys made me.
No, because because the argument. Hold on, the argument.
What was the argument then?
Hold on, I'm just saying.
Yes, the argument is why Spurs aren't gonna win a trophy.
Hold on, my stepdad was born in Tottenham. He's been a Tottenham fan his whole life, right? He talks about those days all the time, right? The whole argument back then was the Arsenal fans, because we had more trophies. We had more European trophies than them. We had more League Cup titles than them. We had more FA Cup titles than them. Their whole banter against us was like, where's all of your league titles? Because we had more than them in every other category, right? And they used to say, that's why you're just a cup team, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't until Arsene Wenger where now that flipped, and because they haven't won the title in 20 years, they come at us and say, oh, where's your FA Cups at?
Where's your trophies at? Just full stop, mate. Do you know what I mean?
But long story short, that the league title value is way more than the FA Cup. So
anyway, that's all irrelevant.
Saad is saying, I will have you know, Herbert Chapman made Arsenal. Thank you, Saad. Football Corner people, Saad. Mr. Happy saying Spurs still aren't relevant. Now what? But we never answered the question. Bilal, why did you say that Spurs will not win trophies? Your answer was it's Tottenham. That's not an objective answer.
In one sense,
little sound bites because people use a narrative, then everyone jumps on the train.
Can I just say?
Can I get Bilal to answer people?
You guys are too triggered. Please.
No, in regards to and I'll prove it. It's nonsensical and people just use it as a narrative and all that. Because Brandon bought what did you win in the 80s and 90s and didn't know the answer to it, and obviously he then found out what we won in the 80s and 90s. Look, let's talk about. Mo wanted to go on and talk about Arsenal and Arteta. Let's talk about Arteta. Phase 5. Doing all this, you won the Premier League when you beat Man City. Congratulations! You won the finishing top of Christmas Premier League. You were clear of Man City twice, and now 2 defeats in a row. And what now for Arteta?
Alan, can I just run? Can I ask a question? Then we go back to Arteta, please. Is that allowed on my channel?
Oh, okay, I thought you said
Am I
before
all right?
that you would go
Is
to
that okay? If that's not okay with you, we're fine. We
That's
can just
fine.
make
Maybe
it,
you ask a
you can make
question.
it full screen, and you can just absolutely listen. It can be your show. You can do whatever you want.
You did say before you wanted to
Fantastic.
talk about
It's
Arteta.
fine.
You did say
Anyway, no. I just wanted Bilal because I hear this a lot, right?
Yeah.
And me and Will heard it many times, right? We sat on this freaking channel, and I'm like, but that's not logic. Spurs finished in the past 5 years above Arsenal 4 times, and Arsenal finished
Seven.
once.
7 years.
And
Yes,
Arsenal's
they
won
haven't.
times
They
for
haven't won a trophy. You won a trophy, but hear me out. Now they got a manager. It might be that Arsene Wenger. He might be. Alex raised the point. Pep is not staying here until forever. Like he has to go at some point.
Mhm.
But you said that they won't win a trophy, but you never gave me a reason.
I just don't see it happen. Listen, in a league with, let's say, Man City, even if Pep goes or stays, whatever, as long as they don't get banned, we assume they're going to still be up there, right? In a league with Liverpool, in a league with Arsenal, in a league with Chelsea, who should, you'd think, in the next 1 or 2 years, come back challenging in some sort of capacity. Man United, we don't really know what the ownership situation is going to bring. We'll have to wait and see on that. With the money of Newcastle, with the money of Villa, listen, forget all of that, right? Tottenham have, as I said in the past, they've played good football. They've gone to, the top 4. They've even made a Champions League final, right? But for me, I just don't see how they get past that last bit, if they even get back to the challenging bit to start with, right? And I think this season as well, we have to put a big caveat on Ange's football. And I'm a fan of like what I'm seeing. Obviously, I'm not a fan of Tottenham, but when I'm watching Tottenham, it's entertaining to watch. It's fun to watch. The injury situation is crazy, and Ange's managed to get a lot out of this Tottenham team, 100%. But we have to remember, these guys are playing under zero pressure. Zero pressure. These guys are just playing for fun. When the minute the pressure comes on, do you really expect Tottenham to start, really going somewhere? We've seen it even with Arsenal. I'm not saying Arsenal have been good at handling the pressure. Arsenal haven't been good at handling the pressure over the past season, even the season, before that. So do you think Tottenham with Ange, do you think he's got the minerals to try and, really do something when the pressure is actually there? Because right now his players, doesn't matter who's playing, doesn't matter who he puts in, there's zero pressure. They're playing with so much freedom. It's fast, it's quick, it's fun.
So you are getting
But it's not gonna,
we're getting an answer from
it's
you
not
now.
going to be like, but it's not going to be like that forever. It's not going to be like that forever.
I
Sooner or
think
later, the pressure will come.
So hold on,
and they
Alex.
will
Alex, sorry,
most
Alex.
likely fall down.
So yeah, so see, you have, this is an objective answer. We can debate that. We can debate it's Tottenham. We couldn't debate that. But you mentioned something, and you mentioned Man City are gonna be with Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. So why did you include Arsenal there, and you didn't include Man United? You really included Arsenal, because you had one season, while Man United actually finished second twice in the past 5 years. Do you know that? Twice.
No, he doesn't.
Twice. They finished second twice in the last 5 years.
Oli
6 years.
and
Mourinho. And Mourinho.
and Mourinho.
So, but nobody puts them. But you literally just included Arsenal. With,
Look, I can
said
answer
Man United. I said no. I said Man
Fifth,
United.
fifth,
We have to wait on the
eighth,
ownership
fifth,
situation, see what
second.
happens. Because if
Let
Man
me-
United get their act together, they're a juggernaut of a football club, and they will definitely, if they do things properly, Man United will be up there.
don't
Can
get where
Alex,
the
can we get
confidence
one
of
of the
Arsenal
Spurs
fans
fans to
comes from.
answer? Alex, please.
Yeah, go
We're the
ahead.
Spurs guys.
I don't understand where the confidence from Arsenal fans come from, because you guys are acting like Tottenham's the team that finished 5th, 6th, 5th, 8th, 8th, 5th, 2nd over the last 7 years. That's not us. That's you, my guy. We were in the top 4 consistently, right? Our fans were singing, watching Tottenham on a Wednesday night. You play Thursday because you're what, right? That was us. Okay, it wasn't you
In your
guys.
best period ever.
Can I just say
It's not
that's
our
the
best
problem?
period
You
ever.
see, that's
The problem.
That's
That
what
will always be the problem at both Arsenal and Tottenham. This is
No,
going to be
no.
Tottenham.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Let him
Will,
finish
Will,
then.
Will.
Let him finish.
Let me make my point. Let me make my point.
He
right?
hasn't finished his point. Brandon, let him finish his point.
Yeah, so my point being is that we're not that team. So I don't understand why you guys are rolling in here with chess after 1 year, after being basically non-existent in the top 4 for the better part of a decade. You guys are wanting to throw shade at us as somehow we just can't win things for no reason whatsoever. Because I'm sorry, he does have the minerals. He had the minerals in Australia. He had the minerals for the Australian national team. He had the minerals in Japan. He had the minerals in Scotland. So what makes you think he doesn't have the minerals?
That is just not comparable to the situation.
Why is it not
we've
comparable? We're
had.
talking
Oh
about
my
managers
God,
here, not players.
this is the
Can I
shades of
answer this
Arsenal.
question?
but it's not.
Brandon's time. He wanted to say something.
Can I just make this right? This is why both Spurs and Arsenal are in the same conversation. It's got nothing to do with the manager. It's got nothing to do with any of that. It is to do with the club and the owners themselves. I have no evidence as an Arsenal fan to say that when we are back in the top four, which we are now, that my football club is not just going to be happy with the fact that we've got Champions League football. I see the same thing at Tottenham. Let's be honest, right? When Spurs were qualifying for Champions League football, the football club and Daniel Levy were just happy that you was qualifying for Champions League football. There was no real push to go and actually compete and win major trophies, because if there was, you would have built a team around Harry Kane.
Was that
You
Monaco
failed
as
to do
well?
that.
To let you know.
Just like Arsenal right now, yeah? I don't personally believe that we're going to go out in January and do very much, because I believe that Stan Kroenke and Edu is all sat there now going, oh, can you get the top four with this current squad, Mikel? Oh, yes, I can. Right, cool. Well, we won't bother spending any money now. We'll leave it till the summer, because that's all our football clubs are bothered about. As long as we got Champions League football, we're cool. We're cool.
Can I say something?
That's
about
what I see from
those
both our
people?
clubs.
I think it's actually people. Your question was actually why people dismiss Tottenham winning a trophy or winning whatever. It's for the same reason Tottenham fans say Arsenal will battle it at the end. There's no logic behind it. Last season, Tottenham fans said no Arsenal team will not gonna win the league. Based on what we're gonna say that? Because Arsenal was flying. There's no logic behind it. But everybody was saying Tottenham or Arsenal will battle it. The reason
not
why
true.
people saying it's okay, maybe you special, but the rest of us will trolling Arsenal saying no, they will battle it at the end. It's because the way we've been doing it for the past years. You like to say yes, history is teaching us what we can see
Yes.
in the future. That's how it is. It's actually fact. So based on history, that's what Tottenham known for. Because before the battlers of the Premier League, before Arsenal last season, there was Tottenham. Because Tottenham battled it at the end too. When Chelsea took it away from them. Yeah, sure, you know. But when Eden Hazard scored, yeah, Leicester City won the league. So yeah, you battled
We were
it.
behind Leicester then.
Anyway, the word I'm looking for.
We
But
weren't top 93. This is just a fact. I'm
I'm
sorry.
not
You're
saying
talking
the
about
difference.
logic.
There is the
but the
difference
point is-
between how long
Will,
the team was being.
You're missing
There is
the
the
point, my friend. Will,
The
you're missing
difference
point, my
is-
friend. What my man's trying
can't
to the
bottle
point that
something
my
down.
man's trying to make-
Amran.
Will, the point that my man's trying to make is at that stage, Tottenham were in a title race along
Exactly.
with Arsenal. Neither of our clubs went the extra mile and said, "Do you know what? We was in a title race. Okay, we didn't win it. Leicester won it, but we got a great opportunity next season.
Sure.
Let's go and spend some money. Let's
I
go and
agree.
build our squad around Harry Kane." They didn't do that.
I agree.
Neither
I
did
agree. Look,
Arsenal. Why?
we were
Because
in
we're
title.
happy with Champions League football,
Yeah.
and that's the sticking point. That
We
is
were
where
in-
I look at this. I think Ange Postecoglou is a very good manager. He has the capabilities of going and winning you some major trophies if he is backed properly by your football club and your owners. Same with Arsenal. I don't believe personally that Arteta's going to win us any major trophies because he's been heavily backed and he's proved so far that he's not the guy. But Ange Postecoglou is only 6 months into a job.
Right, but what I'm
As you
saying,
said-
hold on. What I'm saying is I agree with you, right? We were in a title challenge for 3 seasons under Poch, where we finished third, second, third, right? We were in title challenges then, but we never bottled the league because we never controlled it. We never gave up a 5-point
Oh,
lead in
okay.
April.
You just upset about the bottling. Okay.
No. It's a difference
It's
between a
fine.
bottle. A bottle means you're holding something and then you drop it. Right? That's what bottling means. You're holding the
have a
cup in
cap,
your
so I cannot
hands.
throw it.
It's in your own hands and you throw it away. That's a bottle job. Right? A bottle job isn't chasing down the guy who's holding
You were
it and not making it to the
2-0
finish
up
line.
against Chelsea in the title challenge season, and you draw the game. That's bottling.
We might have
Gerrard
bottled that
slipped.
game, but we didn't bottle the season.
But that game was result of you not winning or not even pressing.
Okay, but no, hold on, wait. You're using that, but this is what you're doing. You're basically using that.
I'm not saying that there's a Alan, don't wake up. You were sleeping so nice. I'm saying like there's a difference between bottling.
Yeah, let
Yes,
him finish.
Arsenal is the trolls of bottling. Yes,
I was listening, but you started waffling because you said, "Oh, we bottled that game and stuff like that." But if Spurs had won that game, Leicester won enough to win the league anyway.
Yeah, we wouldn't have won.
Yeah, they needed to win one of the last 2 games to win the league.
We couldn't.
Leicester.
Leicester would have won the title regardless if we had.
Leicester had 2 games left.
but yeah,
and they
but
could have won.
Chelsea, it was not the only one that you actually the game. Who was the actual contender to win the league at that point?
Yes, contender. That's
Tottenham?
the point.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Okay, so
Why
if I'm
are we? Guys? Why are
They're
we
just happy
debating
about
the
how they're
minute-
losing.
Why
this
are
game.
we
That's what it
Why
is.
are we debating the word bottle? I think that's irrelevant. Can we just
Exactly. That's
Either
what
way
I'm
you
saying.
lose, you
Move
win.
on.
That's it. Simple.
You literally
Yeah.
the point is Spurs and Arsenal had a chance to win the league. They didn't. Leicester won it. Long story short, that's
Yeah.
everybody agrees, right? Like just
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, maybe it's not a bottle.
like
A bottle is being first. For
Let me. Can I do
93%
this
and then
couple of super
losing.
chats before we move on? Sorry, it's
Yeah,
covering
yeah,
Alan's face. Andrew Wright is saying, Will saying Liverpool did nothing for 30 years. Lol, Spurs can never talk to Liverpool ever. At our worst, they won the Champions League and an FA Cup.
I'm
That's
talking
true,
about I'm talking about your league title drought, right? Everybody knows about it. It's not a mystery, right? I didn't say anything that's not true, right? Slow yourself down.
You are literally like what's the name of just like Leicester. Liverpool is Leicester of Premier League. Why? Why people taking offense
For
at
that
that?
league, yeah. Mr. Happy saying Spurs aren't run. This is the thing that I want Spurs guys to say. Thank you, Mr. Happy, for the super chat. Spurs aren't run to win trophies. Their owners aren't serious and always cut corners. That's why they haven't won anything in nearly 20 years.
This is true. I don't disagree with him.
What about last summer then? Did you guys go out and invest last summer?
No, I think it's okay. So I think over the after getting to that Champions League final, right, and Spurs being in the limelight more than they have been in a long time, I think with the choices that he made with Mourinho and Conte, he has egg on his face. And for all of Daniel Levy's mistakes, there's one thing he doesn't like, and he doesn't like to be made to look like a fool. And so he's taking steps now this season that he hasn't taken in 20 years. Being the chairman of this club, and that's just a fact. I don't like him
That's
at all.
not a fact, and I
but
can
you
challenge
gotta
that.
give him. You have to give him credit for the steps that he's taken over the past 8 months
Matt,
to fix.
one question: was Postecoglou was his first number one target to get the manager, or not?
Probably not.
So you just the whole just think, oh, he makes a step, bunch of crap.
But here, okay, hold on. But the problem is he wasn't our first choice, right? But as soon as we started talking with Scott Munn, who came from Citigroup, right? Scott Munn is the one who put Ange Postecoglou on the table, and that's who we went with, right? So whether Daniel Levy doesn't know football, right? He doesn't know football at all. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's a lot like your owner, right? He doesn't know what he's doing.
True.
Scott Munn does know what he's doing. And Scott Munn went out and brought in Ange Postecoglou and said, no, we don't need to go here. We need to go with Ange Postecoglou, right? Even
And
though he
that's
wasn't
what
even
I'm
officially
debating.
working
That's
with
what
us.
I'm debating. You saying he said no, let's go Postecoglou, and I'm saying no, that's not what happened. What happened is he went there, no, Postecoglou.
No, Scott Munn. First
Okay,
person
you
Scott Munn
say that.
talked to
I
was
see what I see
Postecoglou.
when I read the when
But
I was
that's the thing, you read
remember.
stuff. Hold on, that's the thing. You read stuff, but the whole slot thing actually was a no-go from the start. The whole slot thing was a no-go. So because people put it out there and clip a title or clip and all that, and you got gullible the read something and go, that must be true. That must be true.
Did you or did you not go for what's his name? That the manager that what's the name? Leipzig. The Chelsea wanted him too. What's his name?
What Nagelsmann?
Nagelsmann.
Why? So hold on. Why are you deflecting? You
Last
said
year.
about we went there, and then there. And I said the slot thing was never a deal. Did I say anything about Nagelsmann? Why are you deflecting onto Nagelsmann when I just
Because you went for specific managers, and those managers told you no, and then you went to the
hold on.
just told you that the Nagelsmann thing was, but then when Scott Manning came in and said, "Yeah, that's where we went."
Yeah, so Nagelsmann we were talking to after Conte left last season, not in the summer. Scott Munn started.
Yeah, this summer you were talking to Nagelsmann. The past summer.
The past summer before that. Yeah.
This summer that just happened.
We didn't talk to
2023.
Nagelsmann in the summer.
I think we're debating
Ange
very small
Postecoglou
points, guys.
started at the
I
beginning
think
of
we're
the summer.
debating many points. Okay.
Don't know
The
what you're
point
talking
is, Ange Postecoglou wasn't the first choice. Is that a fact or not a fact?
It's a fact.
Yeah, wasn't Levy's first choice.
That's it. That's it.
That's
So
a
what's your point, Alex, then?
My point is that what's his name? Postecoglou was not his first choice. So now he's saying that as like, oh, now he learned these steps. He learned this.
He was Scott Munn's
No.
first choice.
Wait, let him. Okay, I want to get to the point. Like what Alex's point.
What I'm saying is like Matt's saying that this manager was like he was the first choice. We go in, we build in castles.
Nobody
with this
said
manager.
that. Nobody said
Nobody
that. But
said
fine.
Again,
No, Matt said that.
like
Who's
Pochettino-
Matt? We don't have a Matt on this freaking thing.
Will, sorry, Will.
Yeah.
You see how
I'm
bad I'm
Matt.
with names?
He's Ryan. I'm
We
Matt.
have a freaking. I'm like Matt. Who's Matt?
I'm Will.
I've
He's
been calling
Alan.
Ellen Ryan
What
for
is
all
this,
for
bro?
10 minutes.
What are you doing?
Let's not forget, Pochettino wasn't your first choice.
Thanks,
was
Bob.
it? Only wanted Potter. How did that turn out for you?
Yeah,
Great. Fantastic. We can do
why-
this.
why you such a- why you-
honestly.
That's not what I'm saying.
Well,
What
are
I'm
you
saying is like what Will
Nobody
said, that
knows.
he actually like Will is saying that
Yes.
we are building a castle around Postecoglou, like he was like a final piece of something. How is he can be a final piece if like 5 managers
No,
before
let
that turned you
me
down?
tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because you're not a Spurs fan. You don't pay attention to the Spurs news like Alan and I do, who run shows on these topics every single day, right? So let me explain it to you. We had Postecoglou. Postecoglou gets sacked, right? All of the scouts that we had under the Conte era all get sacked. Scott Munn starts bringing in these in. We hire a women's manager to play whose style of football? Who compares to who? Postecoglou. They specifically selected him because he plays the same style of football as Postecoglou. They are building a castle around Postecoglou. It just happened very quickly.
Okay,
Very quickly.
when did that sporting director you signed? When did in the summer transfer did you hire him?
So we officially hired him in like May, but then he couldn't start because of some contractual agreement with City until July.
Okay,
when did you hire? Never mind. I'll just
Can I
forget
just
about
say what I think?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, can I? Okay, Ange
I like
Postecoglou, they hired him. He had a style of play they saw at Celtic, like Gerrard had a style of play, by the way, at Rangers, right? But they didn't think that he can implement that much. Yeah. He's like, he convinced them and everything. But then when he came in, why people just didn't want to say when he came in, he impressed everybody. And they said, yeah, we can build around this guy. It's as simple as that. So why is that so hard for people to say? I don't get it.
It's true, but I mean, you're correct. That would be easy to say, and there was nothing.
Yeah,
wrong
it's
with that.
very
All I'm
simple.
saying is, it's
Yeah,
just
it's,
simply just a fact that Scott Munn, who used to work for Citigroup, Postecoglou, who used to coach for a Citigroup team, knew each other, right? And he
put him on the
they
front of
approached-
the line. He put him in the front of the line. Said,
that's-
this guy is good.
That's why they
Might
approached him.
maybe read his resume and all this stuff, you know. That's it.
But it's still irrelevant to Tottenham winning major trophies because at the end of the day, Daniel Levy is in charge of the purse
But
strings.
he is back, Brendan.
I don't care about that. No.
Backing.
Will just said it wasn't a Daniel Levy decision. It was a Scott Munn decision. Scott Munn is not in charge of Tottenham's
Yeah, but
finance.
Daniel
He
Levy
is.
was convinced in the summer. Okay, so hear me out. There is a reason why Spurs moved very late in this window. Van de Ven,
Mhm.
Solomon, Brennan Johnson. There is a reason why you see all these signings at the end of the window, because he was convinced that maybe this guy is the guy that will bring more money. Do you know that the American outlets here, the media, are talking more now about Spurs again? Spurs are surfacing again in around the world. Open any news outlet. Why? Because they are winning. You're winning.
Is
You
it?
are here and that. Yes, Alex.
In US?
In US, yes.
Okay. I'm in US. I live here.
ESPN. Just go to ESPN. ESPN FC
Maybe.
speaking about Spurs again, speaking about Postecoglou, the style of play, this and that, him utilizing players. My point is, guys,
The
is that
Fawns
maybe
making
they landed,
tweets for him.
maybe they landed on him by accident.
Mm-hmm.
They discovered that he's good. Daniel Levy is buying players for him now. He backed him with 3 good signings in the summer, right? Why not? And the proof is there. The first team that went and wanted to reinforce the position that they're lacking is Spurs. January 1st, Fabrizio Romano, they went to Genoa to sign a defender. Nobody else did.
Ask
still
Alan.
stands.
I am not a pro Levy guy. I've debated the opposite of that
My
position
point-
on his channel several times, right?
My point still
just-
stands.
You got to
My
give
point
credit where it's
still
due, man. That's all I'm
If
saying.
Tottenham finish in the top 4, then we'll see what Daniel Levy is doing.
Yes, fine.
Because if they finish in the top 4 and he just goes, that's it, done, guys. As long as we're qualifying for top 4, then we'll see. If he goes and spends another 200 million on top of that and says,
I'm not-
let's go
you're
and win the
100%
major
right.
trophy.
I'm not a guy who gives an owner credit for something that they do once. He's got to do it continuously over time for me to say he's changed his spots. But what I can't do as somebody who's not biased is actually look at real facts and say that didn't happen, because it did, right? That's my only point.
I still don't understand why you're giving. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, weren't we supposed to be talking Arsenal versus Liverpool?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Andrew Wright
Alan-
is saying 70 trophies. Chelsea fan going bankrupt soon. Haha. Oh wow, Andrew, thank you so much. I don't think they're going bankrupt, but they'll have to sell some players. But yeah, thank you.
You gotta stop saying like, are we bankrupt? We just spent $1 billion, and like, you gotta pick the battle. Are we spending too much money, or are we bankrupt? One of those two.
Both.
I hope you have a good grades in math, because that's not a math. Billion spending.
Saad, you didn't have to send the super chat, Saad, but saying apart from the guy in the grey hat, Amran, and the Arsenal boys, the panel is very fraudulent. Thank you, Saad, for the super chat. Of course, you're an Arsenal.
Sad. Go read the book you have in the cover. Then
I want to see
go
you
read
on
the
here
only
after you
book
guys
you
lose
have
to
in the
Liverpool,
house.
Saad.
By the way, his name is DJ Khalid, not Saad.
DJ Khaled. Listen, there's a couple of things about Liverpool because I don't want to keep people for long. Should Arsenal take this game seriously?
Yes,
Yeah, 100%.
that's the one who shot at trophies.
Yeah. Well, let's be
That's
honest.
game.
Are we serious here? We're not serious. We're saying this is the only shot for a trophy.
Yes, that's the only shot of trophies.
They
It's
have
our
to
most.
learn-
It's
they
not
have to
our
learn
only
from
shot.
the mistake of
No,
last
come
season.
on, come on. Right,
Champions
let's be
League is
real.
there. What did I say, Mo, last stream? I said Wembley 2024.
Yes, guys, that's why you don't do
I'll be
drugs.
there 2 more times this year.
Yes.
Yes, say no to
Somehow-
drugs, people. Say no
Somehow
to
I'll
drugs.
be there. Arteta,
Right,
you better take me there.
At
That's
the
all
end
I
of
know.
the day, right? When you look at the trophies, that we're in with a chance, we're still in with a chance of winning the league. Right, it's not gone, right? And we're 4th favourites to win the Champions League. I don't believe personally that we can win the league or the Champions League, and I believe the FA Cup is our best chance of a trophy. But what I'll also say as well is my man down the bottom here, who's a Man City fan, he'll know him better than anybody else, right? When Pep Guardiola came in to Manchester City, he took the League Cup very, very, very seriously. Why? Because winning trophies breeds winning mentality. The biggest problem that we've got right now is we've got a squad of players that haven't won anything. Yeah, you could say about Jesus and Zinchenko, but this squad as a whole,
Jorginho.
Jorginho, but this squad as a whole, since it's been together, haven't won anything. So you kind of look on that and think, right, okay, if he wins the FA Cup this season, it might breed a bit of winning mentality. Because let's be real, when we look at the season, the league last season, we should have won the league with 8 points, 8 games to go. Why did we bottle it? Because we don't know how to win trophies as a team, as a squad. Man City have that winning know-how. Liverpool have that winning know-how. That's why, for me, in terms of the league, them 2 teams are more favourites to win the league than what we are. And in the same with the Champions League. You look at Real Madrid, heritage in the Champions League. You look at Man City, who just won it as well. Bayern Munich as well. They've won it a handful of times as well. So there are teams in these competitions that, you kind of look at and you think, it's going to be difficult to win them. Whereas as the FA Cup, we're the team that's won the most FA Cups. Yeah, we know how to win that competition. If we can get past Liverpool on Sunday, then you're only really looking at Manchester City and maybe Manchester United if they go through and think, okay,
I think Chelsea
get them maybe away from home, then that could be a bit sticky, or even Tottenham as well. But apart from that, you would
Or
put
Villa,
Arsenal maybe as second favourites to win the competition.
No? You're not afraid of Chelsea?
No, I'm not afraid of
Okay.
Chelsea. To be fair.
Ain't nobody afraid of Chelsea. what you got to do is
Tottenham hate for Chelsea is
You
mad.
should be.
yeah, okay. What you've got
Tottenham
to do
hate
is
is
learn from your mistake of last season, where you basically gave up on the Europa League to focus on the Premier League.
Bigger fish to fry, yeah.
A bigger fish to fry, all in our hands. We know the routine. Look, Arsenal can quite comfortably, in my opinion, I think Arteta's got to do is this whole controlling thing. I think Arsenal are at the best when they do what they did last season. You've got a young attacking team. Let the shackles off and let them do it. And I reckon you can quite comfortably win a trophy. But if you get in your own heads and you let Arsenal, Arteta restrict what Arsenal do, you're going to win nothing. Doesn't matter how many times because Arteta, I'm sorry, he's got in his mind that he is better than he is, and he is restricting Arsenal this season. And if he continues to do that, I'm here for it, because you're going to win nothing this season. It's as simple as that.
Can I
mean, if I was an
something?
Arsenal fan, I'd
Can
be
I
worried
do
about
something
Fulham.
shamelessly, guys? About 400 people here, and we're not even in 150 likes. The like button is the only way this channel is gonna grow. So the like button underneath your live chat. We're not gonna stay for long, so I need the likes to go up at least by 40, 50, because it's the only way this video is gonna be seen. Share the video if you can, but the like button underneath your live chat is essential to the growth of that channel.
Can I just point out here that you were mentioning earlier about Pep taking it seriously, and when it comes to games like this, you'll be playing Liverpool, at the weekend. It's ensuring that you put your strongest team out when it comes to that. Not even one player should be like a fringe player, a player that needs some game time from a bench. This should be your best team at the weekend. I'm just wondering, would Arsenal be putting out their strongest team? Would Liverpool put out their strongest team?
Both teams, I think, are going to go very strong.
I think it's a different
Sunday.
conversation for Liverpool.
By the way, where's the game?
It's at the Emirates. Yeah, I think it's a different conversation for Liverpool, because Liverpool got the Carabao Cup semi-final in 4 days, so they might go a little bit weaker. We have no excuses, because we've got 2 weeks, 2-week break after this game. There's no football. So at the end
How
of the
many
day,
players left Arsenal to go to African Cup of Nations?
None.
nobody, because Thomas Partey didn't go.
And Nene is injured as well.
Tomiyasu has gone to Asian
Tommy
Cup,
Ash has gone to the Asian Cup, but
What about Liverpool? Did they lose anybody?
yeah, they lost Salah,
Oh, Salah, yes. Salah.
and I think that's it.
Yeah,
Salah.
that's it.
The only problem I have with that game, I think Arteta never puts the strong squad against in that kind of early FA Cup thing. I don't think Arteta ever does it.
He
does.
does.
I think he will this time. He will have to do it
Liverpool.
this time. We've got like a 2-week break until the next game, and it's a massive game.
Oh,
This one,
as
even
well.
Jurgen Klopp,
Asian.
Jurgen Klopp's come out as well, and he said he's going to go strong. They've got a decent. I know they've got the Carabao Cup, but they're going to go strong in this game as much as they can.
By the way,
No
is no
Salah is out.
penalty if it's a draw. Is no penalty.
Replay. Yeah, replay.
Great,
So
great.
everyone's going
Draw.
to try and win the game.
Let's
You
pull
don't
for
want
the
to
draw
play.
then.
He will start in Ketia. You'll see tomorrow. Yeah, Sunday.
He better not.
He will
Nelson
start.
too.
Not.
He'll start Nelson too.
He will start the bench.
He better not.
Do you know why he's going to start?
That's
in
what I'm
Ketia?
saying. That
You know why
isn't
he's going to start in
Liverpool's
Ketia? For a very obvious reason. He plays at home. If Nketiah scores a goal, Crystal Palace will pay the money. There is a reason why.
Well, Crystal Palace will be interested
We
regardless.
don't. No.
They'll take them regardless.
No, sorry.
think he's
Do
that
not
smart?
throw competitions away for the sake of, if we play Nketiah and he scores, Crystal Palace will pay the money. No, this is
He
a
does.
competition.
He does.
We need to
will.
cut. We need to take. If he releases that
They're
lineup
making your
tomorrow,
transfer
Mo,
decision,
and
that's
Eddie
crazy.
Nketiah and Reece Nelson or any bench players that in that squad, sack him. Simple as.
Guarantee I'm gonna be in the chat for Mo Show tomorrow. Guarantee.
It's gonna listen. You see that energy against Arteta. Like if
It's
he doesn't
Sunday,
win this
not
game against
tomorrow.
Liverpool, if he doesn't win that game
Sunday.
against Liverpool, he's gonna be under a lot of pressure from the fan base. I'm not talking about the board because I know the board are never gonna really sack this
We know
guy
you
unless
always
something
backed him.
cr-
We know. I
No,
know
no,
you
the
always
board-
backed him. The receipts are there. I know that.
Who? Arteta.
You. Yes.
No, you know me. Listen, if I can bring
You are
another
a phase
manager,
1, phase
I
2,
will be there.
phase 3, phase
I will
4,
be
phase
there.
5.
But you know what it is? If he doesn't
Yeah.
win this game, the pressure's gonna be crazy. bro.
99.9% of all Arsenal fans were Arteta out 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, bro.
99.9.
Tell them.
Okay, let me do
I
this.
actually
I was
know
there.
2 of them
I
that
need
was
to,
there.
I need to
actually
finish.
said they want to keep him. I know 2 that from the beginning. I did not. Egal, especially that fraud of the human was Arteta out. and he keeps saying that, oh, I was
Well, he
believing
turned
in
it around. Can you deny that he turned it
No,
around?
no. He doesn't deny. That's the funny part.
No, can you deny that Arteta turned it around?
No. That's not what I'm
And what
saying.
around?
He turned
just
it
got us
around
into top
yesterday.
four
Oh,
a
yesterday.
year later.
Last season.
Just
That's
last
fine.
season, yeah. Just last season.
Yeah. That's not what
Last
that's
season,
not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like when people saying, "Oh, I'm with Arteta, never Arteta out from the beginning." That's the ones I'm going after, because
Oh, all right.
the ones that saying they never Arteta out.
Yeah, I can't lie. Yeah, listen, if
Most
you're
true.
not Arteta out at some points, you're crazy. And right
Yeah.
now, yeah, because
I've
at
always
that
been
point,
Arteta.
Guys.
the football was disgusting. If you
Yeah,
guys
it
remember
was.
lockdown period, yeah, I prefer not. Yeah, that was
Two
bad.
Another thing, I
tactics.
think, are you expecting too
Can I-
much from Arsenal here to get a win? Because looking at the record at home against Liverpool, it's not been great.
Doesn't
Nah,
matter.
we beat them last season at home in the league, and to be honest, we've done.
You play
I've seen
different
some of
than
the
the
projected
rest.
lineups.
Overall,
That's the fraudulence of Arsenal fans.
Yeah,
You do
and
not
this is
play
half the
even
problem.
close related how you play last season.
No,
Why you
I'm saying
have
no, because he's
memory
talking
of
about
a
the record.
goldfish?
He talked about the record, so I just answered saying we beat them last
Yeah.
year. I'm
Yeah,
not saying.
Yeah,
in
what about the
relation to
season
game.
before that?
Let's do
by
some
record,
super
I
chats.
don't mean the last game. I'm talking about just overall.
Okay, but if you just want to focus
yeah,
on
do
this
well
game
at
in
home.
particular, if you just want to focus on Sunday, Arsenal, in my opinion, will play the strongest team possible. Liverpool are without Mohamed Salah. There's talks of Kwanzaa playing, Joe Gomez at left back, McAllister in the DM, Gravenberch maybe starting. For me, that Liverpool team that they're going to come with is a team that Arsenal should be beating at home.
Okay,
Right?
that's
and that's
No,
where
no.
the pressure,
Yeah.
and that's where the pressure
Without
come
Mohamed
from.
Salah, you have to beat them.
Yeah,
There is
even-
no
Even
excuse.
with Salah, why
Even
would
with
we
Salah,
be
the pressure would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
there.
Even with Salah at home, you have to beat them. But let me
even
tell
with
you,
Salah, why
We
would
should
we
be
be
beating
expecting
Fulham
too
home and
much?
away too, but
Guys,
that doesn't
Beat
happen either,
Liverpool
did it?
at home? At
yes,
home, you can't sit here and call yourself a big club and we're going to go on and win major trophies if you can't beat Liverpool at home, regardless of how good they are. Right?
100%.
There comes a point where you have to sit there and go, "Yeah, we got to start doing the business now."
This
Well,
is honestly,
should.
this is a
100%.
massive game.
Guys, I need to do this. Toon Tactics is saying great show that with the quality football talk and banter. Guys, Toon Tactics. Philip, thank you so much for the support. Appreciate you guys. Make sure to check out Toon Tactics TV for all Newcastle talk. Andy saying Saka still in Gomez's pocket. Expect LFC strongest XI. Without Salah, I think Liverpool might struggle. We'll actually see how it is, to be
I think
honest.
we have
The only thing that I will
last
say, the only thing that I will say is they've got Jota back. and
Jota,
Jota
yeah,
scores
I
against
was like,
Arsenal all the time. Jota,
yeah.
I
I
need
feel
to
like Salah. Sometimes Salah is too good for his own good. The other player is still there.
we'll
Do
see.
you remember what
We'll
happened
see.
last time? Last AFCON
Jota.
when Salah went.
Yes, yeah, I'm afraid of that. But
They won every game.
I
They won every
actually
game
think
without him.
I actually think that Salah, Egypt, like we will exit from like the second round or something like this. I'm not expecting Egypt to go
Yeah.
far.
But I'm not talking about Egypt here. I'm talking about when Salah
Liverpool.
went
Yeah.
to the AFCON last time.
They won all the games.
Liverpool won every game.
They still have quality. They
It was
still
two
have
games.
quality
Yeah,
attacks.
two games.
They still have it. But
Just 2 games.
I'm
2
sure
games against Crystal Palace. 2 games. Crystal
The
Palace.
two.
And yes.
And they
Anyway,
lost.
the
listen,
third
people. This has been an absolutely brilliant show. I'm gonna leave you here. Stay on this show. Don't go anywhere. It will take you to Hussam, where he's talking about the Liverpool and Arsenal game. Of course, stay here. Don't go anywhere. I want to thank everybody that joined us. Of course, Brandon through Gunner TV, Tottenham away, Will Stewart, of course, always my guest. Of course,
Americans.
always.
Brian and Matt.
And also Bilal with his channel in the description as well.
yeah,
It's simple. And also Alan Clark, time added on, brilliant Spurs content. And I want to thank Amran for his debut. Thank you so much. And always Alex. Fantastic.
Yeah,
upload.
Alex is Alex.
Alex is just Alex, people. You'll find Alex on Carefree Leo stream every day. But thank you, people, for joining us. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll have an Arsenal review with Jessica Black on the channel here at 9 p.m. UK time. Turn on the notification bell. And we'll see you guys Sunday as well for a reaction. And we're out of here.